I am a recruiter for the Illinois Army National Guard. I've been recruiting for roughly about 9 years. I've been in the National Guard for about 19 years. For those of you all who may know of but don't know too much about the National Guard, even though everybody on here is veteran inclined, still may be some particulars that you may not know about the National Guard. So please feel free at the end of my presentation to ask me any and all questions. Like I said, hope I don't disappoint. But as a recruiter for the National Guard, basically the National Guard, just like any other active duty branch or component of service, we have pretty much any and every job that the Army has to offer. The National Guard falls under the umbrella of the Army. But we're our own entity and we belong to each state. So each state has its own National Guard to tend to, which is also unfortunate, the things that Chicago has to tend to recently, such as the pandemic, all of the riots and the looting and things of that nature. The National Guard takes care of those things. Overall, the big picture is that's what we're for. However, we do have over 150 jobs that are very broad. So we have everything from the combat field to medical, aviation, law enforcement, transportation, mechanics, logistics, engineering, administrative. We have so many jobs. There are a lot of jobs. Pretty much, if you think of it, we have it. The age group is you have to be at least 17 years old, no older than 35. However, especially due to the pandemic, we have had we've had a substantial amount of age waivers for people trying to get in and serve at this point in time. I myself, I've personally recently recruited two 38-year-olds, which is a little bit abnormal, but I was able to get them in and provide them the opportunity to serve like they wanted to, even though they realized, they were a tad bit older than everybody else. Nonetheless, it was their desire to serve, and I was able to help them fulfill that desire, even at an age outside of the age limit. So no younger than 17, no older than 35 years old. However, like I say, we do grant age waivers to a certain degree. One thing I can say about the National Guard is that even though we're part-time military, we fall under the umbrella of the Army. The National Guard is definitely a steady component of the military, which provides all of the veterans that have served in the National Guard the opportunity to basically live the best of both worlds, to get an opportunity to serve in the military and still get the opportunity to live your daily life, go about going to school, pursuing your education, or pursuing whatever job or whatever entity that you desire to serve in. The National Guard provides the best of both worlds in that facet. In a nutshell, that is pretty much all I got. I don't have too much more. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask at any time.
Mike, I have a quick question for you. Can you clarify for me what the total authority of the National Guard is? You're on mute, I think.
Okay, you mean as far as our spectrum of where we operate and how far?
Right. I mean, what are you allowed to do as far as when you're called? What are you allowed to do? Is there any restriction on your authority?
There is to a certain degree, unless martial law is inflicted, and that's per state. So whatever state, if martial law, which it's been a while, I don't remember the last time martial law was actually called to purpose, but if martial law is inflicted per governor, per state, then we have complete authority over all local authorities, all local EMTs or whatever, all local first responders. The National Guard takes full responsibility and full authority over. Without martial law, we still can be called up, but our authority still is very limited, especially when it comes to the law enforcement side of the house. If we are not at martial law, then we have to allow the local authorities to do their job and their due diligence in the sense of medical care and our medical branch and our medical components of the National Guard. We're usually called in cases like this with the pandemic. The National Guard has been called and set up stations all throughout the United States. Each state has its own, as far as Air Guard and Army Guard stations set up for it, and to assist the local medical facilities with dealing with the pandemic and dealing with counting the numbers and making sure we monitor the progress or slowness thereof.
I have a question too, but you do not respond unless you get called. You
Yes.
cannot do anything on your own. If you see a situation, you do not, okay. You need
No,
to be
no,
called
ma'am.
by
Yes,
someone in this, yeah.
Yes. So how the National Guard also operates. So we have a dual mission. The National Guard belongs to the governor of each state. Each state and all four surrounding territories have their own National Guard that are to respond to any type of natural disaster and or civil disturbance in that state. We can assist other states, but you are correct. In order to operate in any facet, the National Guard has to be called up by the governor of that state. Even to assist another state, the governor has to approve for us to be called up. Now, not only that, we also belong to the president of the United States. So in the event that the president wants to utilize the National Guard, he has to go through the governor of that state to utilize that National Guard for his desired purpose.
And do you have like headquarters in each state? Like right
Yes.
here, is there only one headquarter or is it several headquarters?
No. Each state has one particular headquarters for that state. Ours is here in Springfield, Illinois. And that headquarters is called the JFHQ for that state, the Joint Forces Headquarters for that state.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for
Sergeant Coleman,
Yes. Hey,
known
thank
me
you.
for many years.
Yes, I have.
Anything we could do to support you and your soldiers at the Armory or anywhere else, all you got to do is ask, brother.
Yes, sir. Feel free. I thank you. Thank you. And Greg, once again, I appreciate the opportunity. I apologize for my tardiness. We had drill this weekend, so we actually just got out of drill. That's why I was running late. But I thank you all for the opportunity. You all know if there's anything that you all need of me, please feel free. If there's anything, because the National Guard also tends to, helping out local entities like the Veterans United and what Tony and Greg do. So you all can feel free to use us and utilize our facilities. We definitely have a lot of assets that we can lend out as long as they're monitored by National Guardsmen, usually myself or my office partner. So you all can feel free to utilize us at any given time. That's what we're here for. If anybody would like, my phone number is 708-274-0895. And Tony has asked me for several dozen vehicles, and every time he asks, he gets it. So feel free to utilize us. We don't just belong to the National Guard, we belong to the public. So you all can use us as long as you go through the right channels.
Hey, Sergeant.
Yes.
One of the organizations we work with is they send care packages out to active duty. I assume that also means reservists as well, and National Guard.
Yes.
So please get a hold of me. What they do is actually they care package directly to the service member's house by U.S. mail. So
Okay.
if you with me, I know they always have a surplus. So but we need specific addresses for those to go.
Not a problem. If you don't mind giving me your information, I'll take your email or phone number.
Sure. Well, I think I'm pretty sure Greg said he's going to give everybody contact information. You get a hold of me, and then what I'll do is I'll forward it on to the organization we work with.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you all. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome, sir.